it's loading here. Just 1 minute. And yeah, we are on YouTube right now. So good afternoon, guys who follow us on YouTube. I am here with Thiago and Wesley, and we are gonna start a new English immersion. Today we will be talking about the dark side of scrolling. I think that is an interesting topic to know about from you guys. So let's start with the question number one. I'm gonna read this one. I'm gonna start with you, Wesley. Okay, so I'm gonna read it and then you're gonna answer this question. So the question number one goes like this: what are the psychological consequences of excessive scrolling on social media platform? What do you think about it?
Okay. I think this is a negative uh, consequences with the the scrolling, uh, because we the dopamine, I think the assess with the dopamine, uh, we with the act, the act, I think this is correct, the act in this scrolling, uh, 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 we um, we need more and more and more, and when we bored, we search more dopamine, more, uh, like, if I go, watch the film, the bar film, uh, we don't know, if he uh, é, acaba, speaking Portuguese a little. Acaba que, com um filme mais demorado, a move, a bird move, we not concentration in the film, in the move, and this is my opinion.
Thank you so much, Wesley. I completely agree with you. And I believe that's why the reels, for example, the reels are too short. I think that every single reels can go ahead of 1 minute. So that's why it have to take it has to catch you and get your attention rapidly, and that's why it's the way that it's created, and I think that it's so dangerous because you think that you are just spending 1 minute, but then you scroll again and you are spending 1 minute, and when you realize you already have lost at least 1 hour, and it's something that sometimes happens to me as well. And the comparison that you did between movies that are longer than reels, it was
Yes.
really interesting as well. So thank you so much, Wesley. And now, Thiago, go ahead. What do you think about it?
Well, down scrolling bring to the user several psychological consequences. One of that is ancient in depression. Um, if I know, has studies having shown um, that the people spend more time consuming negative social or media content. It's a problem, and this down scrolling bring emotional contagion, uh, because the cycles of the sadness and ancient is predominant negative. Um, Maybe bring a reduced attention span. Um, because reduce overall attention span and productive. And I think that other consequence is sleep disruption, because maybe if you know guys practice this, but before they sleep, sometimes we use the smartphone, and it's can interfere in our sleep patterns, and I don't know. I think leading to poor sleep quality.
Thank you so much, Thiago. And talking about sleeping disruption, you brought a good example because I already knew from some friends who say I have several problems before sleeping. I cannot sleep well. I need some pills or I need to do something else for sleeping well. But then I ask them, what do you do before sleeping? And they say, no, before sleeping I take my cell phone and I start checking my social media. And this kind of content, or I think that it's not just about the device, but it's as well about the content. I think that our brain, it's working and it's taking or that content is taking a lot of attention of our brain. So I think that's why our brain think that we are really really woke up, I would say. So I think that's why it can impact negatively in the way that we rest, I'm gonna say. So let's move on to the question number two. Tiago, you already mentioned something about stress and anxiety. So I think that you could add something else to the question number two. So the question number two goes like this. How does doom scrolling affect mental health, particularly in relation to anxiety and depression?
Okay. Well, I'm a user social media, and sometimes I'm I'm doing the down scrolling. But well, I don't know if I feel depression or ancient about it, but ancient and depression bring to us a bad feel, a bad um, moments to person, to us, and some kinds of people don't have don't face with this, and have problems to when feel it. Um, like Weasley said in the last answer, uh, w- they increase the dopamine, and it's better for our body. I think it's a problem with our brain and our thoughts.
Thanks so much, Thiago. I agree with you. Another example that I would add, it's imagine that you were fired and you are looking for a new opportunity and you have a lot of things to do. For example, pay your bills, and you are scrolling on LinkedIn and you just see about people who shares their success. And imagine that in that context, maybe you can feel so anxious as well. I think that feeling of urgence can bring as well the depression because you are in a context that you are not maybe you shouldn't be maybe checking this kind of information because you start comparing yourself with others, and I think that kind of feeling is not good. And we can I know that from people who do the same, and it's the same it's not the same example, but it's in different contexts. For example, on Instagram or on Facebook, people start comparing their life with others. For example, their bodies, the things that they do, the friends, the quality of friends that they have. And I think that it's contributing negatively to our personal as well in our professional life and as well in our mental health and physical health. So, Wesley, what do you think about it?
For the question, I have a example for my friend. Uh, he he's a data engineer, and has a problem with the anxious ancient, and the solve uh, in your job, and with the install the app in your cell phone for count the minutes in the platform in the social media, and we, every act in the cell phone, in the apps, the social media, uh, up the time in these apps, and with this solution, reduce for anxious in the job, for my friend, and the relate the most relato mais próximo que tenho.
Yeah, thanks so much, Wesley. I knew that there are some applications for iOS and Android as well, which can control your activities in social media. I think that it's so useful, maybe for those who cannot handle it. In my case, I think that I don't need it yet. Maybe in the future, but yet I think I can control myself. So thank you so much, guys, for bringing up your experience and your insights. Let's move on to the question number three that I found so interesting to know more about you guys. So I'm gonna continue with you, Wesley. Okay. What impact does prolonged scrolling have on attention span and cognitive abilities? Do you have any in mind? Something in mind?
I think this the attention is dispersed with this role in this act. With the act, maybe concentration for the focus in the job, in the other thing, if you need a concentration.
Yeah, I think that at least for me, for example, when I get notification, I get extremely disconcentrated
Me too.
and focused when I am working. For example, I am really focused in doing something, and a notification gets to my smartphone, and I forget everything that I was doing. That's why I decided to turn my cell phone out or unplug the Wi-Fi and obviously the 5G as well. And I think that is working well for me. But here in my desk, I have the same. I have notification on Teams. I have notification. Sometimes I get notification on my WhatsApp. So I think that is impossible to run away from this kind of distraction.
Yes.
Uh, yeah, that's it. What about you, Thiago? What do you think about it?
I I have a problem with my teamwork because I disable all notifications from the computer, from the smartphone, and sometimes they uh, sent me a message, and I saw maybe sometimes 50 F, 5 minutes in the future, or 1 hour. Sometimes I I'm late to I'm I have to it is delay to solve this message, but the notification it's a problem to me. But for our question, well, I think that is the similar that you said about the last question. Um, person, personal, personally for me, I don't have problem, and I have control that I see in the social media. I don't get anxious or depression because the most of the reels and things like that is it's a lie. It's one way to buy something, but it's not the truth. Um, what you said about the LinkedIn when you need a, a new position, and I think that particularly I'm resolved about it, and I don't have this problem. But I agree for some people, prolonged scrolling bring to to fault cognitive abilities and and I don't know the word now, and strip the attention span.
Thank you so much, Thiago. And something else that I wanted to add is that about cognitive abilities. I don't know if that happens to you guys, but there were some times that I were over there scrolling like 30 or 30 minutes, for example, or 20 minutes. And after that time span, I felt so sleepy. It was like I was working for hours and hours. I felt I felt that my brain was so exhausted. I don't know why, and I think that it's caused because of the as well is the kind of content that we consume. For example, when I read, for example, I take at least 30 minutes for reading every day. I don't finish that time span with that feeling of being sleepy. So I think that because I'm reading something useful, maybe something that's gonna be useful for my career, or my brains understand that it's gonna be useful, as I already said, in the future. It's gonna help me growing professionally. I think that our brains understands that, and as well do a little more effort for try to get that information. But on the other hand, when we consume just reels that are not useful for our life, I think that our brains just stay over there just watching or consuming and doing anything to learn from, for example. So I think that's why it happens. I don't know if that happened to you guys before, but at least yeah, I think that just scrolling and just watching useless content make me feel like that. Let's move on to the question number 4. I think that I already mentioned it, something related to that. I'm going to start with you, Wesley, okay? How can constant exposure to curated content on social media affect self-esteem and body image? What do you think?
This question, I think this is uh, ocorre occurrence uh, with more women. Uh, it's uh, all gender, but I think this is more for women. Watch bodies and compare with her. Uh, but I am a runner, and I know if the results of running it's comparison to in social media with other runners. Runners compare with other runners. I know other people's que fazem isso, mas eu não faço. Atualmente eu não faço essa comparação, mas tem muita gente que faz.
Thank you so much, Wesley. I agree that the rate of people or individuals who do this kind of comparison is more women, but I think that nowadays the rate of men doing the same is not that different nowadays. Uh, but I would like to know more about your opinion, Thiago. What do you think about it?
I think it's similar that Wesley said. Most of people suffer uh, of this how can I say uh, this evil to compare with the others, and it's a problem. And the social media increases this kind of comparison. Um, for me, I don't have problem with this. I'm resolved as person about it. But about the last question, your last answer, you I think that I have anxiety or depression or think like that, or the brain don't sleep when I have a little of stress. Sometimes in the past, I went to home, and in the way inside my brain thoughts and calculates how resolve a problem with I have in my work. But when I saw uh, reels or something like you said, I don't have problem to disable if I can eat, disable my brain to sleep. But if I have a little or some stress in my day, I have problem with to rest my brain.
Thanks so much, guys. So now let's move on to the question number. Yeah, it's the question number five. We already mentioned it a little bit about it, but maybe we can bring more opinions to the table now. So I'm gonna continue with you, Tiago. Okay. So the question number five: what are the physical health issues associated with excessive screen time, such as scrolling for long hours?
I think one physical health issues brings to us uh, is impact our eyes, because the the light of the devices. It's one way. Uh, I don't know, but I think that I really in the past many times you get this position and scrolling and some kinds it bring some hurts in the arm, and it's other consequence, but I don't know if it's the same. I don't know in English bullshit, but uh, I think is that uh, one problem, physical problem. Um, that
Yeah, I completely agree. Thank you so much, Tiago. I think that vision issues it's something really normal when we talk about scrolling. Another thing that I would like to add is as well the position that we stay when we are scrolling, because sometimes we are just laid on the sofa, on our bed, and we just change the position and we stay there for other 10 minutes, and then I think that our body can get hurt because of that. Another one that I would say that is that I think that after scrolling for 1 hour, I wouldn't feel like going to run, for example, because I already said the feeling of being tired is really, really hard after being scrolling for too long. Then after that, I think that it's impossible to say, okay, I don't know, maybe play football. Playing football is yeah, I would do that because I really like to do that. But for example, going to the gym, I wouldn't go to the gym after being 1 hour in front of my screen just scrolling and consuming reels or something that is not useful for me. But I would like to know more from you, Weasley. What do you think about it?
Uh, I agree totally with you, Christian and Thiago. And in addiction, I think the problem, the physical problem is more affecting the children. Uh, in the motor motor is totally affect. If children play a lot in the cell phone or in the screen, uh, her affect basic movement like a K, talking that K, or talking in a other plays or other things. If you need a movement final, I think this is it. Movement final or final movement.
Thank you so much, Weasley. And now we are going to skip the question number 6 because we already talk about or mentioned some examples. Let's go to the question number 7, okay? I'm going to continue with you, Weasley. So I'm going to read this one. I think that it's so interesting to know more from you. This question is so interesting to to answer. So, what role does the design of social media platform play in encouraging addictive scrolling behavior? What do you think?
This is it. Directly impact directly in the scrolling. It's necessary for the survivor for the platform. Uh, he, uh, they and the company uh, uh, get more people engaged in the platform, and then investing in design, investing in tests, and result it's it more and more in the scrolling for the users.
I completely agree with you, Weasley. I think that is the core of this kind of platform. They were designed for that. And something that I would like to add is that something interesting is that the more that you research kind of information, the more that the reels or yeah, the reels that are gonna appear for you. For example, if you today are searching something about hamburgers, the next thing, maybe the next 10 reels will be something related to that. And I think that we can transform our social media in something useful, but it's gonna depends totally on us. The kind of maybe content that we consume. For example, nowadays I really trying to boost my English in all of the skills. So the more that I consume English teachers or English information on social media, I could transform my social media in something useful that is learning English. But I think that the most of people don't do that, and they prefer to see to watch different kind of content that it's so there are a lot of various kind of content over there. And I would like to know more from you, Thiago. What do you think about it?
about the psychological consequences. All right. Um, well, I think it's attribute, a particular attribute from some persons for some people, but one consequence that can create for some people was or are is the isolation. Some kinds of people has a good communication with your relatives and with your parents, and but some kinds the people with this happiness, like like I say, uh, when using some kinds of social medias, and uh, they create an addictive uh, in use, and sometimes they they create a bubble, and just living in your rooms, and isolate from the stay isolated with from your parents, from your brothers, family, and I think that's one. I agreed. I agree. I believe that is one consequence when in the past these people was a normal person with normal attitudes, but this change when using the social media.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think that uh, maybe being addictive, this kind of content or scrolling can maybe turns us as like no social human beings, just being over there on your computer or with your smartphone and just interact with others through this advice. It's something that is happening nowadays in a high level, I would say. Um, Thank you so much, Tiago. I appreciate your answers and your insights. Let's move on to the question number 7. No, it's the question number 8, I think. Yeah. I'm gonna read this one. I'm gonna continue with you, okay, Tiago? How does excessive scrolling influence productivity and time management in daily life? It's a good one. The question is for you, Tiago. I think that you are thinking about your answer. Okay, go
I
ahead.
I'm taught how I answer this, but I think we said in the past depends of the people, how they live with yourselves. Uh, well, I think if one people that suffer anxiety and depression in the past, the downschooling increase this kinds of mental health, uh, or mental health. Um, Six, I I think I will say six, because just the down scroll just increase these problems with this person has in the past problem like that because lost I don't know one example lost your father or mother and bring and this this happen this happen is happening bring it to the person tension and depression the the down scrolling bring and increase more depression more tension it's one problem one
Thank you so much, Thiago, and I agree with you as well. I would say I'm gonna say that scrolling kills completely productivity. I think it's there are enemies. It's I think that it's impossible to be productive and being a person who scroll from time to times. I think that it's something that we have and we need to learn how to manage because if not, it's gonna be so difficult to maybe to be productive in the things that you do. And that's it. Wesley, what do you think about it?
Uh, for me, it's the same opinion. Depends the person depends the type of control the for her life. Uh, but need the control the time of screen, the time and your obligations, the if you need if you need a tasks, you need complete the tasks first, um, or é, de acordo com o que for necessário, que for possível, tem que ser feito.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna add a question that is not here in our list. I'm gonna start with you, Thiago. Okay. So it's something that I would like to know from you guys. So, do you think that maybe we could turn scrolling in something good? Maybe in some way we can say, oh, okay, that scrolling was so useful for me. Do you think that it's possible to do that? What do you think, Thiago?
repeat from beginning please.
If it's possible to convert or make scrolling something positive, for example,
Well,
uh,
just a-
okay, you got the question. Okay.
yeah well it's a difficult question. Um, maybe we don't have one example to bring a positive consequence. Uh, Maybe if you, well, if you don't have work and we need to work and the type, the kind of this work or of this job is research from something in the social media, research for something, and but maybe if you are uh, if you are made I don't know in English, well TCC from university, and you need to do a research. The downschooling is necessary to do it. It depends of the subject that you write, but I think it's difficult to bring a positive consequence about downschooling. Maybe your finger is more elastic. I don't know.
Thank you so much, Thiago. What about you, Wesley? Do you have any in mind?
I think the hacking, like you said, uh, to learn English in the apps to learn. I tried this in August with YouTube, the reels in YouTube. I forget the name. Uh, for study in English, and I when I spend time in YouTube, I learn English in August. But I can try again with you tip. I can try in YouTube and Instagram. I think this is the unique unique positive point in the scrolling.
Yeah, I completely agree, Wesley. I'm not sure if you guys have heard about micro learning. It's becoming like popular nowadays. There are a lot of guys who talking about this. It's the same idea about reels, but obviously with something that will contribute for your personal professional growth. I think that it's kind of interesting to dive more deeply on it. But I think that is the same idea, micro learning, learning from maybe a short content or not that big content that we are normally are used to learn, like reading large books or maybe watching large videos. I think that it's kind of interesting to know or to learn more from more about. So let's continue with our today's questions. I'm gonna go to the question number 9. I'm gonna start with you, Thiago. So, Thiago, what is the relationship between scrolling and feeling of social isolation or loneliness? What do you think?
Well, I think that it's kind of relationships. Uh, it's for some people is one isolation, for uh, other people loneliness, uh, loneliness, some kind as other people's the both. I think is it depends of how the the people uh, live with yourself. I think is that.
Thank you so much, Thiago. And Wesley, what do you think?
Mm, for really, I don't think the relation these two team. I never think about this.
Yeah, it's a tricky question. I was thinking about my answer, and I was so difficult to find out it. Yeah, so thank you so much, Wesley and Thiago as well. So let's skip to the last question, our last today's questions. I think that we had enough time for answering this one. So I'm gonna continue with you, Wesley, okay?
Okay.
How can individuals mitigate the negative effects of scrolling and develop healthier screen habits? It's a good one.
Yes. Like my friend installed the app for control or controlling the paper or other thing. Uh, we need control the time, control the app. This is a bad app. I know this, and this is Um, this is a problem. This is a problem, and if this is a problem, you need control. You need. Uh, I think, and this is a big problem. You you need a professional for help for this problem. And I think this is it.
Yeah, I believe that if you cannot control that, you need some help. So I think that those applications are so useful for those who don't have that control. And if you cannot do that, you will have to find professional help because it can become something more, an illness, I would say. And for finishing our today's question, Tiago, go ahead. What do you think about it?
Well, the dark schooling I think is inevitable. I, I don't know in English. uh, Inevitable. Um, because the UX about using smartphone is the downschooling. But I think to this problem are is how can use uh, the smartphone or some devices. Uh, I think we need to to know yourself, uh, to know how we get addictive and control it, and I we need to change our mind that like I said a moment ago. Uh, uh, what we see in this social media is not true. Some m- many posts and kinds of articles that we have, it's a lie. It's one way to buy to us, to buy, no, to sell to us. And we need to maybe be more unbelievable, unbe- uh, unbelieve that what we see, and ask why 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 show it to me or to us.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate your contribution and your insight of today's immersion. We finished our last question, and this is the time where we can share briefly how the our experience was in our today's immersion. So I would like to start with you, Wesley. How was it for you? Let us know if you maybe learned something new in our today's immersion. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I like so much the the meeting, the team, the the so the, the questions, and thank you for the tip. Uh, uh, the tip here is very good. I remember for this. And thank you, Thiago, too, for the meeting. And this is it.
Thank you so much, Weasley, and hope to see you in my next immersion as well. And Thiago, for finishing our today's immersion, go ahead.
Oh, I'm glad to be here. Well, the subject was good. That I learned a lot with you guys, and may we see in the next week.
Thank you so much, guys. So the next week we will be talking about artificial dopamine that is linked to social media. It will be so interesting as well. And I just sent to you here on the chat box three links. The first one is the survey link where you can rate the platform and my performance of facilitator. The second one is my LinkedIn account. If you want to reach me up over there, I will be really happy to accept your contact request. And the third one is an Instagram account that I just opened it, where I will be sharing different topics in four different languages. I am trying to do that for those who are interested in learning new languages. If you want to follow me over there, I will be really happy as well. If not, there is no problem. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this time here, and I hope to see you in my next English immersion. That's it, and I wish you a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a nice